all know a guy who only occasionally shaves for big occasions, and it's because that occasional shave really hurts. It's the time of year for big occasions, and yet there he is, suffering with that cheap drugstore razor. Let's help him out. Henson Shaving's line of razors, built with aerospace precision, deliver a smooth shave your dad, brother, and even son can enjoy, eventually. With replacement blades just 10 cents each, you'll buy it once and they'll use it for life. How's that for the perfect gift? Celebrate with 100 free blades on your first purchase, and no subscription headaches. HensonShaving.com/holiday.
Don't forget that your skin is your largest organ, and the sun can be your skin's worst enemy. Dermatologist recommended Neutrogena products offer the ultimate protection for your skin. From makeup remover wipes to Hydro Boost Water Gel Facial Moisturizer, BJ's has your entire lineup of Neutrogena skincare products. And now through December 3rd, save $4 on any Neutrogena product at BJ's. Love your skin back and save now through December 3rd, only at BJ's.
Welcome to the No Fruit Podcast,
where we talk about our life experiences with a spiritual twist. Hosted by Maurice
and Kafi. We hope you enjoyed today's episode.
We hope you enjoy today's episode.
You're going to enjoy today's episode.
That's rather direct. Right. What's going on, family?
Hey.
So, we have a question. And this is from the Last Pew.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it
Why?
when you walk into a church, technically, because wouldn't the front of the church technically be on the pavement area, like when you walk in the building, in essence? All right, so understand where I'm going with this. So when you walk in the building, that's technically the front of the church.
Right.
Like you're walking. Normally, you're walking into the front of the church.
You walk in the front door.
Yes, you walk into the front door.
And that's on the street side.
That's on the street side.
Mm-hmm.
But when you walk into the sanctuary, why are you in the back?
You in the back of the sanctuary.
Right. So why is it that when they say, come on to the front of the church,
nobody goes
well,
to
I'm
the
already
back.
at the front.
Goes to the back of the sanctuary and then outside.
Right. Because so I mean, I don't understand why Kafa even brought this to my attention, but I want y'all to know that this really baffles me because when you think about it, when you're sitting in the house and
your regular house
that you live in, right, every day, right? And they say, go to the front of the house. That's the living room that's closest to the door.
Normally, yes.
Normally, right? And they say back of the house will be normally, and depending on the house, towards the kitchen area.
Right.
Right?
Where things heat up.
Right. So how is it that it is the front of the church at the back of the church?
Because it's the church. Like, I guess the church is different than the sanctuary. The sanctuary is in the church.
Yeah, the sanctuary is in the church.
But I just think everybody who's been saying come to the front of the church, y'all been wrong. That's all it is.
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
Because if you're going to the front of the church,
right,
then you need to be outside. Right? If you say go to the front of your house, meet me at the front of your house. Meet me on your front steps.
Right.
Where are you going?
I'm going through the living room to the front door.
Right. So when they say come to the front of the church, come on down into the front of the church if you need prayer.
Right.
Come on to the front of the church if you want to accept Christ. Well, then everybody needs to be turning around and going the other way. And then you're not facing the front of the church. Your back is to the front of the church.
And I'm pretty sure there's going to be people that's going to say, hey, you know what? Y'all are crazy.
We are. But and we're not denying that. But I guess what I'm saying is stop saying the front of the church because it's not the front of the church. Start saying the front of the sanctuary because it's the front of the sanctuary. It's the back of the church or the back of the building is the front of the sanctuary.
Because it would be the same thing with the school, wouldn't it? Like if you was in a school.
With a school?
Yeah, you would say that would be the...
Backyard. No,
you would say the front of the school, like the front door, wherever the front door is, where most people come
entrance. You come in the entrance in the front.
Right. So
I mean, sometimes you have a back entrance or a side entrance.
Right. But
when you want to sneak out and get lunch when you're not supposed to, or things like that. That's the side entrance.
Right.
I mean,
I guess it
but
depends
the church
on.
we used to go to had a side entrance.
I mean, most churches we went to had a side. Oh no,
No, not all of them.
no.
Yeah, there were.
I don't remember St. John having a side or another entrance. I only remember one.
Yeah. So
In essence, only one.
there's quite a few that didn't have side entrances. They had.
Who else? I mean, because when we were at Emmanuel technically had a back door.
They had a back door.
Technically, I mean, it might have been through the alley, but I mean, I'm sorry. It would have been a back door via the front of the sanctuary, if you want to put it like that. But it would have been a back door to the alley.
Right.
Right. And then Jones Tabernacle, I mean, we had multiple entrances, but I mean, it had a side door, if you will.
Right.
That would have taken you to the front of the sanctuary, but back of the building.
So since you grew up at Jones,
Yes.
and you guys had multiple level in church
Yes, we
or
did.
in the building.
Yes.
So you had the main sanctuary that had a balcony,
Yes.
and then below that first floor, that was called what?
We called it the
Lower
Blake. We called it the Blake Auditorium or the Sunday school room.
Okay. So, but it wasn't like the lower sanctuary.
No.
Okay.
Even though,
But it was set up like a sanctuary, like you had.
I mean, yeah, we did have in our what we call the Blake Auditorium. It actually had a stage with a real altar rail in it.
Right. So that's just not an auditorium if you have an altar rail.
Tomato.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause everybody just has an altar rail in their auditoriums. But okay, so
You're right about that.
hey, it's back to elementary school. You
Yeah.
had a cafetorium.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So in your Blake cafetorium,
All right. So by the time we
By the
had
time I
gone
came
there,
around,
I would say by the time we had come around the second go round,
right,
because the first go round, we still had stuff downstairs in the basement.
in the actual cafeteria. I mean,
Yes.
fellowship hall.
Fellowship hall, yes.
Okay, so the lower, below the earth level, underground level was
The fellowship hall.
the fellowship hall, and then there was something below that, correct?
No.
Okay. But
No,
what was that?
but we had stuff on the side of that that had its own space.
Yes.
That was just the what we called the gym.
Oh, the gym. Okay. So
It wasn't a gym though. I don't want y'all to think that it was a real gym. Like we didn't. They called it a gym for the child care.
the play area.
Yeah, it was really a play area for little kids.
Okay. So getting back to this Blake Auditorium.
Yes.
Now, I know that there were services held there.
Yes.
So if somebody said, "Come on down," what would they say?
I've only ever heard them say, "Come down to the altar." I've never heard them say, "Come to the front of the church."
Oh, okay. They did well. They get ding, 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 ding. Good.
Really?
Yeah, they get applause
Why?
because they said, "Come to the altar," and not come
to be
to the front of
honest,
church.
I mean, so let's put this in perspective. We're talking. It was not very many services being held there.
Okay.
We didn't have, especially growing up.
Why you were there? Because after we left, then it seemed like that was
Our second go round.
they had services there quite often.
Second go round, not the first go round.
I'm just saying, after we left.
Right. I mean, and part of that was based off of necessity, being heat, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all church people would understand that part. But I also there were some other situations, being the roof being bad, water damage, all that type of stuff. So
Okay.
so a lot of that worshiping downstairs in the Blake Auditorium, it was out of necessity.
Okay. But still, I still don't understand why the front of the church is the back of the sanctuary. Like, I guess you don't want people to walk in.
So here, all right. So let's think about this though,
and then be in the front of the sanctuary.
I mean, are you? So what would you say in a sense of going to a play, right? And you going to or a stadium?
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know, when you think
theater.
about like that,
Right. You're in the front of the building,
but you're going to the back.
It depends, because some you kind of enter the side, but you start usually, I guess.
I mean, so
in the back.
So I think where you were getting ready to say, which is, you don't want to come through the front and interrupt,
right,
the presentation, if you will, depending on what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, we're not in Roman Greek times where the sanctuary, where you didn't have that. You just had the one person in the middle and people surrounded that individual.
Right.
You didn't have the seating necessarily, all that type of stuff. And then one person on the platform vibe. But I think that if you were to come through the front, you could interrupt and or not just interrupt, but distract those that are trying to pay attention. Why you laugh?
Yeah, we know how that is.
I mean, we know about those individuals that, head be hitting the back of the pew type vibe. We're not talking about the one behind them. We're talking about the one in front of them.
Wow.
Oh no, you don't have that? Oh, okay, never mind. We're talking about the first being last and last being first. I mean, and what I mean by that is, are those individuals that sit on that back pew, are they really the first, I mean, technically they're the first person to leave.
Sometimes. Because sometimes they just stand there and they wait for everybody to walk past so they can, talk to everybody and gossip and, that type of thing. I think sometimes that's why people sit in the back, because,
I can catch you.
I can catch you on your way out.
You owe me some.
That's right. You didn't pay for your ticket.
You owe for Women's Day.
Exactly.
Yo, let me talk to you for a second. Yo.
That's right. Come here for a minute.
You might be like, Maurice, your ladies talk like that? Yeah, their voice was deep. Mm-hmm. You're like, yo, you better come here. You know what you owe.
You know what you owe.
I don't owe anything. You the youth chair. You're supposed to be doing da 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 da. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'll get it done.
Yeah.
So so sometimes that last pew, you just wonder. We talked about last week that last pew is just as important as the first pew, right?
Right.
And so that last pew, we tell you right now, don't get caught. Going to the front of the church. Because either way, you're going to the last pew, first pew, front of the church, back of the church. Either way, you're going to pay some money. You got to pay a toll.
You got to pay a toll. You got to pay a price.
Either you're going to take it up there for your offering, or you're going to take it in the back for your Women's Day. Which one you want? Which one you want to do?
They're going to get you for both. They're going to get you for both.
Right.
Split it up.
So we're making jokes about this, having fun with this, and that's all this show was about. We just want to make sure that y'all laugh. And sometimes we can get really deep and heavy with some of these episodes, and this is all this is about. From the last pew is all about having fun, and laughing technically at ourselves, because just like I just mentioned about the whole thing of women coming up to me about paying my Women's Day,
But you're not
money.
a woman.
Well, no. So what happened is that the Men's Day and Women's Day, when I was growing up, we always had a youth chair.
Okay.
And so with the youth chair, they would assist with getting a couple dollars from the young people for Men's Day and Women's Day. We were not excluded for those days.
I got you.
Yeah. So
I mean, we did the same thing, but we usually had a female as the Women's Day youth chair, and they were responsible for putting together the afternoon service. And then we had I don't remember ever having a male for the men's.
No, I mean, I wasn't necessarily the chair for the Women's Day.
Oh, that's why you made
youth
it
chair. But sometimes some people will make it. People would talk to you as if you are the chair. I'm like, I'm not the chair, but I'll make sure that I'll talk to the people that are, that are like, or they'll say, you didn't, even though they might have talked to the chair, and the chair be like, Maurice ain't pay. Then the Women's Day chair will come like, Maurice, you ain't pay your assessment. Uh-oh. You ain't pay whatever. Okay. So, or you didn't support this or whatever. I mean, that last pew, they made sure that you were supportive.
That's it. That's why the last shall be first. The first to let you know what's going on.
So sometimes that last pew was vicious. That was vicious. So, tell us your experiences of your last pew at your church. I tried to sit on the last pew and it just didn't work for me. So, not saying I've never done it. It just didn't always fare out. So, but tell us your experiences with that. Okay.
Yes, we want to know.
All right, y'all. Hey, Kafa, what do we want them to do?
Maurice, we want everyone to stay fit with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow, share, comment, and subscribe to the No Fruit Podcast.
Continue to listen to us on your favorite podcast channels.
And look for new episodes every Thursday.
We thank y'all very much for listening to us.
May God bless you all.
Peace.
We all know a guy who only occasionally shaves for big occasions, and it's because that occasional shave really hurts. It's the time of year for big occasions, and yet there he is, suffering with that cheap drugstore razor. Let's help him out. Henson Shaving's line of razors, built with aerospace precision, deliver a smooth shave your dad, brother, and even son can enjoy, eventually. With replacement blades just 10 cents each, you'll buy it once, and they'll use it for life. How's that for the perfect gift? Celebrate with 100 free blades on your first purchase, and no subscription headaches. HensonShaving.com/holiday.
Don't forget that your skin is your largest organ, and the sun can be your skin's worst enemy. Dermatologist-recommended Neutrogena products offer the ultimate protection for your skin. From makeup remover wipes to Hydro Boost Water Gel Facial Moisturizer, BJ's has your entire lineup of Neutrogena skincare products. And now through December 3rd, save $4 on any Neutrogena product at BJ's. Love your skin back and save now through December 3rd, only at BJ's.